This video is brought to you by Squarespace, an all-in-one platform for entrepreneurs to stand out and succeed online. Hi guys, so just before the video starts, I did want to give a little backstory. If you are new here or if you don't know, when I was 18 years old, I lost about 100 pounds in 8 months. I grew up fat, I've always been fat, but when I turned 18, I lost a drastic amount of weight. Since then, I have gained the weight back due to binge eating disorder, finding out I have PCOS, other medical conditions, and honestly, just not being as restrictive as I used to be. I thought in today's video, I could show you some of the old meals that I used to eat while losing weight or while I was smaller, because it's been a while since I ate how I used to eat. I thought it could be an interesting video idea. While I was losing this weight, I was on a very restrictive keto diet. I stayed on this diet for about 8 to 9 months straight. I never had one cheat day. I didn't cheat on my birthday. I'm not gonna say that that was probably the smartest idea. It did distort my view on food and how I even see it today. One time I went to Six Flags and I went the entire day without eating because Six Flags had nothing that was low carb. So I'm not gonna say that this diet was necessarily for the weak. Honestly, it just wasn't very sustainable for me personally. Maybe it's something that works for you and maybe it's something that you like, and that's fine. I think it's all about finding what works and what balances well with your body. And if you also aren't aware, I am currently on a journey just healing my relationship with food and how I see it. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the video. I do want to put a trigger warning that if heavily dieting, counting calories, or restrictive eating, anything like that is triggering to you, then maybe this is not the video for you. Since during this time I was heavily on a restrictive diet, which was the keto diet, I really don't want this to be triggering for anyone. I just want to show you guys a little bit of how much my relationship with food has changed and what I used to eat versus how you guys know that I eat now. Thank you for watching. I would literally eat a variation of this exact same meal every single day for about a year, maybe even more. Today, my meat of choice is sausage, which I'm going to put in the air fryer. Usually I would switch it up. I'd go between sausage, turkey bacon, or regular bacon. But that's the only thing that would really ever change in this meal. Everything else stayed the exact same. Because I was a very bulky eater, like I cared about bulking up my meals with the least amount of calories as possible, I would take this frozen spinach from Walmart and these frozen onions and peppers, and I defrost them in the skillet with this kind of cooking spray because it's 0 calories. I was a MyFitnessPal girly. I counted my calories. It's not always a bad thing, but for me, I had a very unhealthy relationship with food, so counting calories was not the best thing that I could do. It led to a lot of binge eating down the line. I think spinach is a great way to get veggies into your eggs, but I ate this every day on repeat to the point where now just the thought of spinach in my eggs makes me want to throw up. Then I would add in my eggs. I'm not gonna lie, I don't eat eggs very often anymore. I actually don't eat breakfast very much anyways, because breakfast used to actually make me very sick, but I just thought that I had to have it because everyone else eats at breakfast time, and yeah, so I just go to work feeling very sick because every morning I was eating this for breakfast. First thing when I opened my eyes, pretty much. But I'd always do 2 eggs. It did get to a point where I was only doing 1 egg with a little bit of egg white when I was like really trying to restrict. Oh yeah, I would just scramble the eggs literally in the skillet because I was too lazy to whip it up in a bowl. It works though. The way these eggs are looking is honestly bringing back some trauma, but because I didn't think they tasted all that great, I'd always add in a little bit of mild cheddar cheese. And the reason why I would never do like fat-free cheese like a lot of people do when they're dieting is because the whole point of the keto diet is to eat high fat levels with very low carb levels. That's why you'll see some people who do the keto diet put butter in their coffee. I was never one of those. I never got that far. Okay, our eggs are done. Now it is time to plate up my food. I'd always start with my eggs, and when I could afford it, I'd always buy avocados because these are very high in fat while still being relatively healthy. So I'd have half of an avocado on the side. Yeah, just an avocado, because with the keto diet, you're not allowed to have carbs, so we gotta cut out the bagel. Speaking of bagel, because I didn't want a plain flavorless avocado on the side, I'd always top it with this everything bagel seasoning from Walmart. You know, just because we can't have the bagel doesn't mean we can't have the taste of a bagel. Then we have our 3 little sausage links. And lastly, to top it all off, salsa. This was my holy grail. I put salsa on top of everything. Why, you may ask? Not because like I thought it tasted great. I mean, it tastes okay, but it has like 10 calories. And you know, back in the day, I was a calorie girl. Like I said, just pour it on top of my eggs. I have my spinach, eggs, sausage, and avocado. Like I said, I would eat this every single morning. Also have my water. I've always been a water girl though. You gotta get a bite of everything all together, obviously. Here we go. As much as I was tired of this because I ate it every single day of my life, this is actually not bad. Like, it tastes pretty good. I think it was just like the idea of this meal and the fact that, like I said, I ate it every single morning. My flavor palette just got very bored of it. Like, if you eat like this, that's fine. I'm not judging anyone who eats like this because, like I said, I ate like this for a very long time. But I will say, eating like this did cause me to kind of almost ruin my relationship with food. I don't know what Misa's doing, but it's not bad. And I want to tell you guys something funny. I called Kevin this morning and I told him that I'm making this meal. He said, so you're making the old spinach and eggs combination? I ate this every day to the point where Kevin knew how to make it. The first night he stayed the night with me, I made this for him for breakfast. Instead of sausage, we had turkey bacon. I think I was eating this for a good 2 years actually, maybe even longer. Even after I finished the keto diet, I'd have this for breakfast every single morning. That wasn't a good bite. I bit into one of the onions and peppers and they're kind of soggy. I will say though, these sausages are really good.
A few moments later.
The taste of the spinach and the egg and the avocado, it started to get to me. I was getting the egg. And one thing I will say about myself now, I kind of know when to quit eating. Before, I'd finish everything regardless. Like if I started feeling sick, I guarantee you a couple of years ago, I would have still eaten this. I never stopped eating when I was full or when it was no longer appetizing. I was gonna finish it. Okay guys, it is time for lunch. Now obviously I didn't do like what I did with breakfast and have the same meal every single day. I did have similar things every other day, but I'm gonna be making a meal that I actually think was pretty good. Also, if you're enjoying this video, please comment down below, let me know. Also, if you guys would like another video like this, I could show you some more foods that I used to eat. Some of these are good, but some of them take it to a next level, but we'll get to that. But let's cook some lunch, starting with grounding up some ground beef. Typically, I used to buy like a huge roll of ground beef and I'd meal prep like half of it and I'd probably eat ground beef for the whole week. So I'd try to find a bunch of different recipes to make with ground beef and I'd always get the one that has the most fat. Now I kind of lean more towards the lean ground beef, but we're eating like our old self, so we're using the full fat ground beef. So you see this soggy zucchini? Yeah, that's how I used to eat it. Look, I wasn't the best cook back then. I'm not saying I'm that much better now, but my zucchini typically is not soggy like this. But now that we have that, I'm gonna drain some of the water out of the zucchini and put all of our ingredients inside. Now, if everything's coming together, you guys are probably like, Sierra, what the heck is this weird stuff that you're eating? Lastly, we're gonna put a little bit of sour cream. As you know, I love a little spice. We have the red pepper flakes. I've always loved spice. We gotta put it all over. We love red pepper. Yummy. That's gonna be spicy. Now here is what we're working with. And lunch is served. It was good to me. Let's take our first bite. Had to get the salt. You may be thinking, what inspired this? This is supposed to be my keto version of Hamburger Helper. Growing up, I ate tons of Hamburger Helper and I really started to miss it, but obviously I couldn't have the noodles because of the diet that I was on. So the zucchini is supposed to make up for the pasta, and then the sour cream, the cheese, the meat, we have everything else, just replace the pasta with zucchini. The crazy part is it does taste very similar to stroganoff Hamburger Helper, but I have to admit, the zucchini is very soggy. Cooking method was not my favorite, but I'd still eat something similar to this. Now I may add a little bit of gluten-free pasta. It kind of just looks like mush. So yeah, there's that. I used to actually really like this meal. Now it just kind of tastes flavorless. Remember these?
Oh my God.
We used to get these all the time at Dollar General. Do you need to cut off the... Misa! You unwrap it and it's literally just a sausage. These things kind of make me sick now. Me and Kevin used to could like eat like a whole thing. It was honestly kind of sad. This one's a little bit bigger than the one that we used to get. But yeah, I would like snack on it like constantly.
These type of snacks I can't eat constantly or consistently.
I would get sick for sure. Is that your dancey dance? Look at Misa in the background.
Everyone said I was hitting that dance in that video.
I know that made you happy. Not Misa watching you hit it. Slay. I'm getting one more little piece and that is it. No more sausage for me. Okay guys, so it is dinner time and we have the ground beef that we cooked earlier. I would always just meal prep my ground beef. So I'm gonna take half of it and transfer it onto this paper plate. And we're gonna take this cheddar cheese. Look, every meal has cheese. I used to be a cheese girly. We're gonna do a big ol', there we go. Not gonna lie, there's some nights where I'd probably just eat this with sour cream on top when I was fat fasting. But we're gonna put this in the microwave and melt the cheese. Now our ground beef is warmed up. We have our melted cheese. Mix it all together. Hi. Now it is time to assemble one of my favorite meals. These are pork rinds, and if you don't know, this is like every keto person's go-to. Like these are like one of the few chips that we can actually eat. Basically, I would assemble pork rind nachos. Yes, I know how unhealthy this is. Okay, I would have pork rinds. Let's take out the hard. You want the hard one? We have our pork rinds, then it goes on the ground beef.
I remember this.
Then a little bit of salsa. Like I said, salsa was my favorite thing. Does this count as like a vegetable? This technically would be the only vegetable on this, if it counts. I mean, isn't tomato technically a fruit? But there's onion, and then sour cream to top it off. Yeah, this was literally like one of my go-to meals when I was keto.
Were you okay?
No, we are going to share it. I'd always have like a spoon because it is messy. A little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything, she said.
Cheers. They didn't even touch. Cheers.
I like it.
I mean, it's not terrible, but it's not nachos. Why are you trying to get the chip that I was trying to get? You need some hot sauce. Damn! Kevin did not eat this back in the day. Like, it's missing flavor. Sometimes I would do barbecue pork rinds on the bottom. They'd be like too salty. Not my light dying.
To me, it's good.
It tastes like it's missing something. Maybe a little bit of salt, even though I just said it's already high in sodium.
Yes, sir.
That's better. You can have the rest. But we still have to make our snack. Do you remember?
You're crazy for that, by the way.
Let's make the snack that I'd have every single night after the gym. When I forced Kevin to go to the gym with me. Yeah, I forced him to go to the gym with me. He was not really a gym boy. You remember that video of you dropping the dumbbell?
Oh, yeah.
Every day, we would come home from the gym. We get all the ingredients. Say you're on keto. You're not supposed to have any sugar. What concoction do you come up with? Well, thank you for asking. This is what I'd always make myself. Cream cheese. Yeah, we used a little bit of it earlier. That's why it's still open. Oh, there's something inside of it. That's questionable. We gonna cut that part off. This is the exact peanut butter I would always use. And this stuff is so watery. It's natural peanut butter.
Yeah.
I'd always get this brand because it's the cheapest at Walmart and I was a broke. I'd mix just those two ingredients in a bowl, heat it up in the microwave, and add one of these Walmart sweeteners. I'm not gonna lie, it's actually disgusting, and I got pretty tired of it, but I'd still have it because I just wanted something sweet. You know, everyone wants something sweet occasionally.
A few moments later.
Turns out I made this entire thing and I was not recording. I cannot believe I did that. Basically, I warmed up the peanut butter, the sweetener, and the cream cheese. And it has this weird texture, kind of like dough. And I'd literally just get out spoonfuls and be like, it's not terrible, but it's just not good. Kevin also tasted it, but that part got cut out. He spit it out because he said it was disgusting. I literally just don't know how to describe this. Also, I only put like a little bitty dash of this, kind of how you would put salt on your food, because this stuff is low-key disgusting. But if you just put enough to give it a little bit of sweetness, then you're good. But yeah, this is what I'd have every single night when I was craving something sweet. Okay guys, that is all the meals that I have for today, but before I go, I do want to thank today's sponsor, which is Squarespace. If you aren't already familiar with Squarespace, they are an all-in-one platform for building your brand and growing your business, and my favorite platform for building a beautiful website online. With Squarespace, you can sell your products and services with an online store. Whether you sell physical goods, digital content, or services, Squarespace has all the tools you need to get started with selling online. You can also make checking out seamless for your customers with simple but powerful payment tools. Squarespace accepts PayPal, credit cards, Apple Pay, and in eligible countries, you can offer customers the option to buy now and pay later with Afterpay and ClearPay. You can start a completely personalized website with the new guided design system, Squarespace Blueprint. Choose from professionally curated layout and styling options to build a unique online presence, tailored for your brand or business and optimized for every device. Head to squarespace.com for a free trial, and when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/sierra.ann for 10% off your first purchase of a website or a domain. And again, thank you so much, Squarespace, for sponsoring today's video.